Welcome to Spring in the Orchard on Julia in the Garden. It is the end of May here, it's May 20th, and I wanted to give you an orchard tour because it is absolutely beautiful right now. And one of my favorite parts, you can see behind me already, is our pear tree is in full blossom. Let's take a quick tour. Isn't it beautiful? It only blossoms for a short time each year, and it is just glorious when it does. I have to admit there is some work still to do. I need to weed and put compost down and new stones and mulch under this pear tree as well as the older peach tree. I have gotten the other new trees in the garden and we'll go take a look at those next. It's much harder to see, especially from the distance, but this peach tree is also blooming with little pink blooms. They are delicate and beautiful. Unfortunately, this tree seems to have a lot more dead wood that I did not get off in my initial pruning of it. So after it's done blossoming and I see where the leaves and stuff are, I'm going to have to do a lot more pruning on it. I'm not sure how long this tree is going to last, but I'm just going to keep caring for it while it's here and see if we get a few more peaches this year. I love the daffodils that I planted by the trees so much. There's some different patterns. So over here you'll see I did a circle around. This is a zestar apple there. And this one and the one behind it, which is a Duchess of Oldenburg, unfortunately got nibbled by deer last year. So their branches are not as long, but I'm leaving them for right now. I need to come out and train some of the limbs. So these ones I will just use a clothespin to get the angles a little bit better, and hopefully the deer won't bother them as much. I've heard they don't like daffodils, and so far this year we've been okay. This is my semi-dwarf apple tree. The rest are standard size, and it is a Liberty tree and it is already blooming and it is so pretty. Look at those blossoms. Now, we only planted it last year as a whip, so it's not quite old enough, I think, that we should allow it to fruit. So, but I just couldn't resist leaving these blossoms on. So I will be picking them off when they're done so that the tree can focus more on growth and root development. It did get a little harmed during the winter. We were super lucky. It got a little bit nibbled, but they didn't make it all the way around. So it survived because it's growing and blossoming now, and I'm going to have to come up with some more solutions to deter. It looks like it's probably voles that did this over the winter under the guard, so I'll have to come up with some more solutions for deterring them. This is the Duchess of Oldenburg that I pointed out before that also got nibbled, but it seems to be okay now and it's leafing out. So again, I will use clothespins to help train it, and hopefully it will get some good growth on it this year. For all of these trees, I did make sure I weeded, like kind of re-weeded. We did mulch these trees last spring after we planted them, and a lot of the wood mulch actually already decomposed by this time a year later. And so this year I weeded them again, just to make sure they weren't experiencing a lot of pressure from the grass and other things. And we put some compost down around them outside that ring of stones. We renewed ring of stones and some new thick mulch around them as well. And I will try to stay more on top of weeding this year, especially right around the base of the trees. Moving over, I mowed, and then the man who mows for us also mowed a new path for us. So we've got some new paths coming in the orchard, and I'll show you more. This is our contender peach tree, and it survived its first winter here. So hopefully it will continue to survive and thrive. My daughter is really excited about this peach tree, and since the other one's not doing well, we might end up planting another one. Even though they are self-fruitful, you don't need a pollinator technically for them. Next year, I'm hoping to plant a lot more fruit trees in the area on the other side of the trench there, so maybe I'll get another peach in. It is golden hour in the evening, and the trees, the willows, the pond, my new trees, oh, it's all so beautiful. Let's head over to the elders. I still haven't gotten my bridge to go over here. I need to look at our budget and see if I can sneak it in this year, because I would really love to do that. And then I could just dig out this one area here where the bridge is going over. But for right now, I will just gracefully step over. Okay, so here's our elders. So these need some serious weeding. I apologize, elders. So I did mow around them this spring. Okay, let me move here. So I did mow around them this spring, but obviously didn't get to weeding, and so that desperately needs to be done. I think this one might have been cut a little bit by a mower, but that's okay. It'll come back and it'll be fine. And yeah, so I think they'll be much happier once I weed, and I'll mulch around them, and then it'll make it much easier to see. If I weed and mulch around them, it'll also make it much easier to see them. So that will be good. This one, I think actually, I don't know what's happening with this. So I haven't gotten this close of a look at it in a while. So I don't know what's going on. Did it get sunburned a little bit? I don't know what's going on with these leaves. So if you know, let me know. I think I got enough compost to give these some compost as well. And if there's anything else I should be doing for them, please let me know. I am hoping to plant more plants underneath and make more of a guild as well here, just like the one in the potager. Okay, let's head up to these beautiful flowering lilac bushes in the hanger pad. We have not cleaned out the hanger pad yet. Look, I have a beautiful girl up there picking a bouquet, it looks like. These are just starting to open. So over the next few days, I'm going to be coming out here, harvesting some lilacs. Oh my goodness. We're going to have to take that burdock out of the way, but oh my goodness. I love, love, love lilacs. These are one of my absolute favorite flowers. I'm going to bring them in the house, and I want to try to make some stuff with them this year. I didn't realize they were edible. So that's going to be exciting. What you doing, my love?
I made some plants.
Oh, that's so sweet. Can you show me? Here. Oh, wow. That's a beautiful bouquet.
Thanks.
We've got all of our grapevines up here that are leafing out, it looks like. And some other bushes that I cut down previously that are coming back up. Yes, but the beautiful lilac bushes are there. We will get to cleaning this up after we get to all the other planting in the potager and all the other projects. But this is something I want to get to this summer as well. So it's just going to have to wait a little while. The kids love playing up here though with all these wood pieces. And there is a tiny lilac bush growing in the middle here, which I absolutely love, and I'm totally leaving. I mean, yay indeed. And there's a forsythia. It actually already finished blooming, but that's a forsythia over there. So that was fun to see as well. Okay, so now we've seen the mess that is the hanger pad, but it's a good starting point, right? It'll look really good when it's cleaned up. And the lilacs are so gorgeous. I want to take you over to the crab apples because they are also blooming. I'm going to take the long way because we have a path mode along the edge here. So we've got this trench that I'm really hoping to dig out more this year, and I don't know, this isn't a huge, but I'm hoping to dig a lot of this out eventually. I don't think we'll get to this year at all. Like, this is lowest priority probably for this year. So unless I get so much done and have so much free time, which is so unlikely with the huge garden and orchard and homeschooling the children, so I'm not likely to get this year. But we had the nice man who mows for us mow a path around our pond. I was going to do it, but he mows for us, and he's very accommodating like that. He said he does that for a few of his customers. So this area, I think eventually I'd also like to put a bridge here. And I do want to plant some things along. So this is going to develop into a combination of like wild meadow. I might even scatter some more like wildflower seeds along. We'll see what happens with that. And then just like areas of cultivation. I just want it to be a beautiful kind of magical place. All right, we're going to head over to these crabapple trees. I do not have a path all the way down to them, but we'll just walk through some of the grass and then check later. This is, I'm walking through a forest of burdock right now. And these are our beautiful crabapple trees. I should have brought clippers out so I could bring some inside, but I can always do that later. Thank you so much for joining me on this orchard tour. Please like and subscribe. And until next time, happy gardening.